what's going on, guys and gals? Dan the Man coming at you from the 60s Rule Channel. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Yeah, anyway, we're going to change gears a little bit here on the channel. We're going to do some Matchbox restorations over here because, as you well know, I like to collect and restore the old Matchbox 175 series, from 1953 to 1970. And today's subject is the Aveling Barford tractor shovel. This guy over here was produced in 1962. And I got lucky with this one because 90% of the time, usually the driver and the, these guys over here are usually broken or missing completely because, kids played with these things outside. They probably stepped on them. It's probably run over by the family car. Who knows what the hell that happened to these things, over the years. But this one's all complete. And, yeah, she's looking, well, let's put it this way. It's seen better days. It's going to need a complete restoration. So let's take a closer look at it. And the shovel does go up and down. So that's pretty cool. That added a little play value there. And the wheels are a little wonky because I don't know if you can see that or not, but the hubs on one side are cracked and broken. The ones on this side are not bad, but this we can rectify that with some plastic tubing, and we'll epoxy that in there, and we'll fix that later on. But it's only got one rivet in it, and yeah. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to disassemble this guy over here, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Yeah, back at the bench over here, and as you can see, we got this Matchbox vehicle all disassembled. And the first thing that we had to do when we, disassemble the vehicle, you got to take the wheels off first. That's what we always do before we, separate the body. So as you can see here on these axles, see, one side is rounded. That's the way they came from the factory. And the other side over here, it's usually mushroomed, so this way the wheels don't come off while, someone is playing with it and or rolling it, whatever. And in order to get these axles off, take that little piece off there, I use this little tool here. Hell, bought this on Amazon for 20 bucks, man. You don't have to use your Dremel all the time, even though I do love my Dremel. And it comes with a whole bunch of accessories. You can see I got that rounded cone-shaped stone on there, and that grindstone makes short work of that little mushroom end over there on the axle. But be very careful when you're using this because it's kind of risky. You don't want to damage the body, but if you're careful with it, it'll make short work of that axle, And we did the same thing with this shovel over here, this pin. Same thing, it had a little mushroomed end on there. We just worked that and it slid right out. So we separated that. And, oh yeah, let's talk about the wheels here. These tires, like I said, I think someone was stepping and stomping on this thing because they're all cracked. And well, the age to this thing, 60 years old. So there's only one that's in decent shape right over here, and I measured it. It's 1/8 of an inch, which is perfect because I have some tubing. We're going to use this stuff over here to make new hubs. This is 1/8 inch tubing, or 3.2 millimeters, which is the equivalent in metric. So we're going to use this. So what's great about this tubing is the inner diameter will accommodate these axles like that, you see? That's perfect, And if we have to, we can open up the, inner diameter a little bit so that, the tires roll, but that's going to work out great. So we'll cut it to length and, we'll glue that to the tires and, yeah, that'll take care of that. And what I usually do on the bodies, right? You can see the rivet was drilled out. We just have to clean that up a little bit. But before I drill the rivet out to separate the body from the base plate, I usually drill and tap with this guy over here. I bought this on eBay. It comes in a set. You get the tap and the drill. Okay, that's a 2 millimeter tap right there. Okay, so I drill it and then I tap it. and that's going to accommodate this. Whoops, let me see if I can get in there. These things are really small. That 2 millimeter screw right there. That works out perfect. Some guys, they try to put new rivets in. A lot of guys use this method, or sometimes they'll just put a dab of epoxy to hold the base plate. But this makes it nice and clean, and this is going to be screwed in to the base plate when I paint it, because this is going to be the same color as the body. So that's it goes right in there. So see if I can start that for you. Okay, see that? That's going to screw right into there. Worked out really well. And remember I said before, I think some kids were jumping up and down on this thing, and that's evident right here. You can see that base plate, that's supposed to be perfectly flat. So we're going to have to address that. We're going to try to straighten that out. I don't have a torch. I know the best way to do that is to heat it up and just to bend it in place. I'll try putting it in a vise and slightly tapping it to get it straightened out. But other than that, at least there's no broken pieces on it. Just that you can see that little wave in the base plate. So we're gonna have to address that. All right, guys. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna address this problem over here with the wheels, and we're gonna clean up these axles. We're gonna put this in stripper. I like to use this stuff here, citrus strip. This is great, man. I've used this on all my restorations. Haven't used it on styrene yet, though. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I think some guys out there did use it, but as far as stripping metal die cast, this stuff is awesome, man. So, and it's non-toxic too, which I like. I could use it in the house. All right, guys. When we're back, we'll have most of this stuff completed. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, making good progress over here. As you can see, came back from the stripper. We got most of the paint off over here. But as you can see here, even though I let it sit for a few hours, you're going to have, some paint in, nooks and crannies and crevices. But no problem. We're going to take care of that. We're going to use these dental tools over here. I picked these up at Harbor Freight a while ago. They were cheap. I think $5 or something. But they're going to make easy work of that, We'll just get all that paint out of there. And you can use this in any aspect of modeling. They come in very handy. So if I were you guys, I'd pick one of these up, man. So you just go in there, and you can see all those nooks and crannies with paint in there. You just, scrape that out with this. And, we'll work on it. It'll take a while, but, once we get all that done, we're going to hit it with primer and paint. But now's a good time, since you got it disassembled, to check for any imperfections, and check out some of that detail on there too. I mean, for a model built in 1962, it's not bad at all. We got the front grille there, if it wants to focus. Got a little stack coming out of there, and I think that's an air box over there. And look at the detail on the driver. I mean, this is amazing what they did back in the day. I mean, look at the facial features on there. That is really cool, man. That is really cool. And I'm lucky to find this one with the driver intact. Most of the time, you find these models, the driver's completely missing or broken off, But, yeah. And like I said, the shovel over here. Got some little hydraulics going on over there, too. So, like I said, this is a good time to inspect it and everything. So what we're going to do now with this, we're going to remove all these little paint chips in the corners and stuff. And then we'll wash it up one more time, and then we'll hit it with some, rubbing alcohol, get the body nice and clean. And then we'll hit it with primer and paint. And we got the axles all done. I chucked this up in I got a mini drill press on my bench in the garage. And they're nice and shiny. Got all that rust and grime off of there. And here's the wheels, which tires I fixed. You can see this one was okay, but the other three here, we took that 1/8 inch tubing and cut it to size, sanded it down, and epoxied that to the wheel. We're just going to hit that with some flat black and clean that up. So guys, when we come back, we'll have some paint in this thing, and I think we'll be ready for final assembly. All right, see you in a bit. All right, guys, we're back from the paint booth, and yeah, we're making good progress over here. And you can see everything is painted over here, and ready to be put back together. So we got the wheels, tires done over here, and they came out pretty nice. We painted them in a flat black, so they're looking pretty sharp over there. And then we got the main body over here done. Got a nice yellow, got a good shine to it over there. So we hit that with enamel. And we're going to let these pieces gas out at least 3 to 5 days before final assembly. And here's the front shovel. Same color. Came out really nice. And we got the base plate and driver. And you got to make sure when you're doing these restorations, make sure you don't disturb any of that script down there. So you can see we could still read that. And driver, yeah, he came out pretty nice. Look at that. All right, guys. The next video clip is going to be final assembly. I'm going to have you look at some before and after pictures, so stick around for that. And yeah, it's just a matter of putting everything together, you know. So, guys, remember, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Guys, take care, be safe, and keep on building.